This lighting is crazy, guys. All right. Okay. Hi everyone, welcome back to Lavender. It's Eileen. Today I want to share easy ways to meditate. So these are just tips and tricks for people who are lazy at meditation, people who are having trouble making it a daily consistent habit. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you click down below to subscribe and also click that bell if you want to get notified of all my new videos. Hopefully by now you know what meditation is and how beneficial it can be for your health and for your well-being. If not, then you can check out this video I made already called How to Meditate. That's more of like an intro video on meditation. All right, first tip I have for all beginners at meditation is to start small. So don't think that you have to sit down and meditate for like 30 minutes or more at the beginning because it can be really overwhelming if you're not used to it. So I would say start with 10 breaths, okay? If you can count to 10, then you can meditate just taking in 10 breaths in and out. You can consider that like one session, like taking 10 breaths, and you can do that in the morning, in the middle of the day, and in the evening. Honestly, that's already a good start because when you're taking those 10 breaths, you're bringing yourself to the present, you're centering your mind, and you're kind of getting like a taste of meditation and what it's really like. So for me, meditation is really like a lot of just like listening to my breath, bringing my attention back to my breath, making sure I'm fully aware of the present moment. So start with the 10 breaths, and if you feel like you can go longer than that, then you can start meditating for like 2 to 5 minutes at a time. Make it real easy. So I like using a meditation timer. I use one called Zen Friend, which I've shared in a lot of my videos. So start with, 2 to 5 minutes at a time, and you can do it once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day. It's really up to you, but just start small, start manageable, and take it from there. Remember that you can meditate anytime during the day. You can do it in the morning, right after you wake up, or in the evening before you go to bed, or like anytime, just like take a break in the middle of your day to recenter yourself and meditate just like midday. If you look at it that way, there's really no excuse to not meditate because everyone here can carve out 5 minutes sometime during their day. So there's always time to meditate. We just have to make that time, slip it in wherever it fits. My next tip is to use mantras and affirmations to help you focus during meditation. So if you've tried to just sit there and meditate, sometimes your mind just like wanders and it goes crazy, and it's really hard to like remember to stay present and focus on your breath. That's natural because our human brains are just like all over the place. That's the purpose of meditation, is to learn to train our brains to focus more. But if you're still like a beginner, it can be really hard to sit down and be still for a long period of time. So something that's helped me is to just repeat a mantra or affirmation, which is a positive or empowering statement. Just repeat it over and over again to my head. So pick a phrase like, I am supported, I am guided, I am protected, or I am worthy, I am beautiful, I am strong. Whatever type of phrase that gets you feeling positive and empowered, use that phrase and say it over and over and over to yourself in your head during meditation. So you notice that that phrase is kind of like your anchor during meditation. It helps you focus on one thing so that your mind doesn't wander like crazy. And it also has positive side effects because when you're saying like an empowering positive statement over and over again, like you just feel better about yourself. You feel more of whatever it is that you keep repeating to yourself. And repetition is really a way to like ingrain something in our brain, especially during meditation. So it can really add a positive effect to not just meditation, but your entire life, like the rest of your day as well. My next tip is to remember that you don't have to sit down to meditate. Meditation comes in many different forms. So you can technically meditate when you're doing like kind of autopilot things like driving, cooking, cleaning, walking. You can use those activities as a meditative practice. So all meditation is bringing mindfulness to the present. So being mindful of exactly what you're doing, immersing yourself fully in the present, and just not letting your mind go on autopilot and wander around here and there. So for example, when you're driving, instead of letting your mind go on autopilot, what I do sometimes is I turn off the music and then I just focus on my breathing while I'm driving, and I treat that as my meditation. You can essentially bring more mindfulness into all these different mundane activities that you do throughout the day. And I think that's the goal. The goal is to be able to be fully present and mindful throughout your entire day. My next tip for an easy way to meditate is to listen to binaural beats. So binaural beats is essentially an audio track that you have to listen to on headphones. So you have to make sure the left and right ear are separated. The reason is because that audio track plays like a slightly different frequency in both ears. So your brain is not used to hearing like two different frequencies in both ears at the same time. So what it does is it cancels out that tone and it hears like an invisible third frequency that is the difference between these two frequencies. So the science might be kind of hard to explain, but I'll link an article down below that helps explain it a little better. But essentially, listening to binaural beats puts your brain into a meditative state after like at least 7 minutes. So you have to listen to it for at least 7 minutes or more, and then you'll notice that I don't know, it's kind of like a massage for your brain. That's how I feel. So I've been using this app called Synctuition, and what it is it plays binaural beats, but it's also like highly produced, high quality meditative sounds. It just sounds like relaxing music, and each track has a different theme to it. So I listen to Synctuition right before I go to sleep. So it's at night, I just put the headphones on in bed, and the track is like 25 minutes. Usually I doze off like in the middle of the track. I get really, really sleepy, really, really relaxed, so that by the end of the track, I just like, take off my headphones and I'm already basically half asleep. So I love it because for me, I kind of have insomnia sometimes. It's hard for me to fall asleep. So listening to binaural beats, it really is a lazy meditation where I feel like I'm meditating, but all I'm doing is like lying in bed, listening to music right before I go to sleep. Plus, it helps me sleep better. So I'll link that app down below where you can listen to 3 free tracks. Synctuition claims that it helps you strengthen your intuition. So if you're interested in exploring that, then check out down below. You can also do a quick YouTube search of binaural beats and you'll find like a lot of different tracks, but the ones that I found on YouTube are pretty boring. It's literally like just the tone. So I like Synctuition because it really is like highly produced audio. Like they put a lot of effort into making it sound good for 25 minutes. So it's not boring in my opinion. Another alternative is to just find soothing meditation music online. You can find that on YouTube or on Spotify. So these are not binaural beats, but just like soothing sounds that help you get into that meditative state. If you don't like meditating to silence, then it might be helpful to just play some nice meditation music in the background. My last tip, and a lot of people love this one, is you can totally try a guided meditation. So there are apps like Calm and Headspace that are really, really popular that have guided meditations that will lead you step by step through your meditation. And for some people, it's like their favorite way to meditate. For me personally, not so much. I don't know why I don't like following someone tell me what to do. I just kind of like doing it on my own or listening to music. So it's really up to you. Give it a try. There's Calm, Headspace, and you can also find guided meditations on Spotify. Headspace has like a Spotify playlist of their own guided meditations. Also, you can find some good ones on YouTube. I know Louise Hay and Deepak Chopra are really, really popular for guided meditations just because they infuse this like purpose and meaning into their guidance. Actually, before I discovered Synctuition, my favorite thing to listen to help me go to sleep was Deepak Chopra's guided meditations. I really, really, really loved those because I think Deepak Chopra's voice is really calming and he sounds wise. So yeah, give that a try. Hopefully by now you'll have some new ideas on how you can incorporate meditation into your life. Just really look at all these different options. There are so many ways to bring more mindfulness into your day and to always remember to center yourself with your breathing. Let me know if you try any of these techniques. Let me know which one is your favorite, and hopefully you can build a more consistent meditation practice so that you can reap all the benefits, because it really does enhance your life. It enhances how you feel and it'll bring more peace within you. All right, I hope you have a beautiful day. Thanks so much for watching this one. I'll see you next time. Bye.